Hey y'all, it's Jenni Moseley.
And Dr. Ryan Reeves.
And we are here live with the Elevate Effect. It's time to take the dental field to a whole nother level. Fly with me, folks. Let's get real and let's get uncomfortable.
That's why we're sitting here on the damn obnoxious earphone microphone shit, because I feel like we need to inspire people in this profession that even care to listen to you and I, our two fans that are sitting out there going, yay! Well, and many enemies, but just to kind of say, hey, you know, it's like you don't need to think that you're only just a dentist. You're so much more than that. Go in that room and be somebody else. Be the God-given gift that God gave you in order to be a dentist.
Yeah, I've always struggled with bringing kind of more of who I am outside of the practice into the practice, which has been a battle for me. I think everybody would be served better by me doing that. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Well, it's such a battle that we had to market you that way because you won't do it yourself.
I won't do what myself.
What you just said, bring parts of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, like we work with a guy, and maybe you'll listen to this, St. Louis, and you are really good communicating to the team. I mean, to your patients. He's calm and cool and suave, and, you know, sometimes just a gift of being able to make someone comfortable. That's a gift.
Yeah.
And so why not hone in on that more than the dentistry itself? It's just, you know, it's like, again, back to the person who was looking for somebody to help them with language and verbiage. I, for a while, was focusing more on talent than just the skill itself because nobody knew that's exactly what I was doing. You know, we have a talent to help people have better systems. We have a talent at coming up with good hiring and just a talent at building this kind of thing. But in there, the talent of building that came from skills and God-given things that I was not talking about. So nobody even knew I did. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to get you to express. They know you're a dentist. Right. They know what you do. Right. And you have to then share why you're the dentist you are. You're not the dentist you are because you have the talent. Sorry, it takes more than that.
Okay.
Hone in on that.
And that's the show for today.
Bye. No, what were you going to add about the power of a gift?
What was I going to add? Nothing.
You did not bring anything to the table today.
Well, no, my understanding was more about, I clearly didn't understand talent and gift the way you have described it today.
Typically, anything that's in my head, it comes out, doesn't make sense. So you would be able to tell me if it does. But I didn't realize for a long time why I felt so blah. It's, you know, like this whole year, just this blah feeling. And I think it's truly because you get in the rat race of our profession and you just forget that we're at a different level for a reason. It's not because of the dentistry. I'm sorry. Yes, the dentistry is the talent that we get to do in order, but we need to have God-given gifts in order to even get to that level. And we never hone in on that. And the more I started to do that, I'm like, well, damn, you know, I lost myself too. I mean, I started reading books again and everything like that. You lose yourself when you just dive so hard into your profession. You forget about the skills and the gifts that you were given. And then that passion goes away. I mean, you go in and out of it too.
Sure.
Right? And so I just feel like I got this one friend of mine who's, and again, I'm more inspired right now because he's thinking of retiring and he's just like incredible, as most of the dentists I work with are, incredible dentists, but just as like, you know, is dentistry what's bringing me bad in my life. And I said, well, you're giving it too much. Like, it doesn't deserve that much. You are a human being that has God-given gifts and all this stuff. And I'm like, and you're making dentistry the decision, and that's crazy. And so we're going back and forth, and he's like, God, you're so annoying, yet inspire me. I keep annoying the shit out of him. But if he's going to retire, I want him to retire. Retirement shouldn't be the end. Retirement should be a step to the end, right? I mean, retirement, if retirement's your end game, no shit, it's going to be like a demise. You shouldn't just die. And so it's like, just because you're ending dentistry, it could be the new beginning. But if you don't know your skill, you don't know your God-given gifts, you think that when you retire from dentistry, your life's over. That's when a lot of people then do nothing, and they're like sedentary. And so start working on your God-given gift now, work on your skill now, because when you're ready to be done with dentistry, you're like, oh, just another step in my life. I've got my other path going. That's why I went and built the other business I'm building. Almost done with the logo. It's gorge. And because I started to feel like, is dentistry kind of, I mean, these custom types of levels of doing dentistry, is it going to go away? Well, I just can't imagine me saying to myself, this goes away, so my life is over. That's just ridiculous. That's why I'm constantly asking Reeves to start building something else. And he's so annoying because he puts so much effort into dentistry. You see where I'm going?
Well, yeah.
So you also have a very, very incredible gift of style. I have zero. And so that is a gift. You have a gift and a skill to just see things. I'm a visionary. I get that, but it's not with personal style. And that's why I think that's why I'm dying to do because I have vision and you have the style. It's an incredible mix. If you honed in a little bit, now, again, a lot of people say, I can't keep up with you, Jenni, catching up with you. It's like this constant, you never take a break. Well, this is kind of why, because I just feel like a lot of people lose the luster in their life and they feel like, death, because they don't constantly reinvent their goals and their wheels. And that's just because they don't understand they have a gift. You never hone in and refine the gift and skill. You just focus on the talent you're sitting in at that moment.
So how would a person start off figuring out what their gift is?
Well, one is when you do something. You hear that, folks? Our phone's ringing.
It wasn't muting.
And I am obnoxious. I could answer the phone on top of this, so I'm going to go. Beyond Exceptional Dentistry, this is Jenni. How can I help you?
And we're back. All right, Jenni, what just happened there? Why did you stop the podcast? The cast. What happened? Tell us.
The phone was ringing off the hook, and our office is of high service. And we don't like the phone to ring past 2 rings. And it's ringing and ringing and ringing. And I have people just standing there. I go out front. Kate is on the other phone. Okay, she's up front. Then Erica's talking to somebody in the reception area. This new employee is standing in the room, setting up the room. Another person is in with a patient. And so we just had a training yesterday, and I said, after 2 rings, it needs to be picked up. And so out of all of that, nobody picked up the phone. And it's frustrating because, one, I walk out there and everyone just instantly gets scared. And that's frustrating because they see me as delivering a message instead of just wanting to do something right. Like, I don't know how to get them. I would love to learn.
Everybody's got this problem, so keep cruising with this one.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Go.
See, Reeves wants to get He wants to get away from his gift. Annoying. So anyway, I wanted to learn how I could just go out front and they see my body, and my body to them is the vision of the practice, not Jenni. Oh no, it's Jenni. Her eyes are bugging. Ah! And I'm like, I'm the one delivering the vision of the practice. Be scared of the phone ringing, not me.
Well, I'm making the assumption that they didn't hear the phone. Is that
Well, see, you can't make assumptions
okay?
as a leader.
Right.
It's just, it is what it is. It didn't. Who
Well-
cares?
Well, I mean, if in their shoes, if they didn't hear it ring,
They're not listening.
well,
What do you
it's-
mean?
Well, if you're okay, I mean, I'm just trying to help.
I never understand what day and you're going to be on whose side.
I'm not on anybody's side.
No, but you, okay, you're right. Side didn't mean anything, but I never know when you're going to be with me or not. Anyway, hear me out.
Samesies.
Okay. Right. That gotcha.
Right.
Okay. Listen, you just said at the beginning of this thing or somewhere in the middle that you have this idealistic idea of perfection. And it's frustrating for a lot of people in your life because you see what's not there instead of what is because you want it to be perfect. So here we are, we're at a practice. And to me, that makes me see that we have a bunch of walking generalities. It has nothing to do, to me, with why they didn't answer it. It's that they didn't. And I need to understand, like, how is it that me delivering the message turns into, oh shit, there's Jenni, instead of me, I come at you with, hey, the phone was ringing, and I want them to go, oh no, I let somebody down. How do you shift that? You probably can't because I have a different care, maybe. I don't know. It's like over the years, like now we are way better, and this doesn't happen a lot, but to me, once is enough. But it's like, if I'm in the room and I'm even with a patient, folks, if I hear that phone ring after 2 rings, I'm going, excuse me, I apologize. I'm going to go get that because if it was you on the telephone, I wouldn't want you to wait. So if you can hold on a minute, I'm going to go answer the phone and I'm going to give them undivided attention so then I can get them back here and give it to you. Ryan, speak on that, please.
I think everybody and every business owner in the world wants to have the answer to that question.
Right. So you're all feeling what I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why we fall on our skill so much, or not skill, because skill. You're saying skill equals
You
gift.
fall on your talent. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, well, look, this is the one thing I can control 100% of the time. I mean, at least, obviously there are other factors, but like I'm controlling this. I mean, if my job or my talent was to answer the phone on the first ring, or not the first ring, you don't answer on the first ring, the second ring, you better believe you'd never hear it. You never hear a third ring. Wouldn't happen. I don't know what to tell you. It's like we can't control everything. So the things that we can, it feels good.
Interesting. So I need to have them. I'm sure you all are experiencing the same thing. Because you can't make somebody care for something, right?
Right.
But you can make them want to do their job well.
Well, what you could do is you could use your gift, and you could, although, and maybe this happened in training, it's just, okay, hey guys, when you're calling a doctor's office for an appointment for yourself, and it's not an office you've tried before, what are you thinking if the phone doesn't get picked up or if it goes to voicemail? Like, what message do you get when that happens? I mean, would that keep you from going to that place?
Did you just use a gift?
I possibly. I'm trying. I'm trying here. Maybe a poor version of it. But I think that's the gift is also just such a curse because it just never stops. It never stops.
Well, that's why I
And that's
think
why
a lot
get
of
so
people
irritated about us because it's like you never stop. It doesn't. You can't ever just let it go. Well, I mean, it's like the thread on a sweater. It's like I'm not going to pull it. Other people keep pulling it. Well, you know what happens when you pull that thread? You're going to lose your sweater.
Gosh, I just thought about a couple of things. Like you've got really incredible athletes or you've got like major companies, Apple, Coca-Cola, and then you've got Michael Jordan's and you got all this. And you just feel like, what, we always talk about that story of Michael Jordan always saying that he truly didn't really see. I mean, it's like that little teeny book that I read a couple times, but he didn't really truly see when he was out there in the games. That was more fun for him. Like, right. He looked at practice as the championship or the game itself. So that then when he went and actually played, the playing of it was the part for him that he made it more fun. Right. So that is so powerful to me because it's just like this, or it's just like simply answering the telephone. It's like we have days, we have trainings, we have all these things. And, it's like, do we really take the training days to go, I'm going to go in there half-assed because I don't have to work today, and then I'll really kill it the next day? Or do we go in and we go, look, this is my day to get everything, to kill everything, to practice everything. So then when I'm in there just in the trenches, it's just a natural move.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because...
Oh, boy.
No, because I think there's a lot in that. Like, so we both like sports or athletic activities. I mean, surfing, just anything active. Right?
Yes.
We're just active people.
Active.
So okay. So everybody wants to be good at something, but nobody wants to put in what it takes to be good, actually. And I'm never going to be great at something like Michael Jordan,
enough to
right?
play with people, or
yeah,
go
I
out
mean,
on the water and not look like an idiot.
Yeah, right. So, but it's the drills, it's the stuff that everybody hates doing that's going to make you great. It's the drilling. It's the watching yourself on videos. It's
listening to yourself on the telephone.
Role play.
Yes.
I mean, all these things that we all, I'm saying just the collective we, don't like doing are the things that are going to make us better so that the game is not the problem. That there's not even any anxiety because you've drilled it so hard so many times that it's just, you can just go, I mean, kind of on not autopilot, but you're not like when we think, and this happens to me all the time. It happened to me today several times. Me thinking is not necessarily a good thing.
No.
Right. So, I mean, there are times when it is, but
probably in your talent.
Right. But I need to, or we all, if we're thinking, we're probably messing things up. The thinking, if you will, should be done in the drilling and the practicing. And then that way the doing is just the doing.
It's just there. You're doing it. It's like, and I think most people put all the efforts into when they're doing it.
Yes. Well, absolutely.
Because, for example, and you guys probably have this, but sitting in my office, the phone rings and it's a new patient. So I'm on the phone with a new patient. And then I got 2 team members that come in behind me and say, oh, but we didn't plan very well. And I said, first of all, please never say that in one sentence. It's either you planned or you didn't, because if you planned, it will always go the way it should. So it means you really didn't plan. Oh yeah, you're right. We didn't plan. Okay, great. So now that you don't have a plan, I can really get irritated. So I thought, okay, well, right there, I'm thinking no plan means all the effort was into the moment that they're doing it. That is so frustrating because how is that even going to go well without actually working for example, dentistry. I mean, like when you go in to prep a full mouth case, you know that the people are going to know if you've never done it before. You guys go, you work on people, you bring patients, you have all this practice, you have all this time to really hone in on your talent and everything like that. So you can get in there. And then when you're in there, you don't, yeah, you're going to have stress, but you need this thing to go. And so why can't we do that with everything else? I believe also us in the dental field. I mean, we put a lot of effort into working on our talent, but we don't put, like, I'm doing this virtual class tomorrow. And because I recognize that I was not sharing my gift at all. That's why my passion went. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to host for these virtual classes that have nothing to do with systems. It is just about the gift and skill of communication in different facets in the dental practice. And so I've got people from all over, coming, and we got like 8 teams, and and tomorrow's about phone skills. And I'm sitting there maybe like a week ago, and going, okay, well, how am I going to have this thing? What am I, just the practice in general. And then it's like, here I go again. It's like, what is it that is going to get people to actually be touched and change? Is sharing with them the gift, not necessarily blowing out all this talent. Like, over the years, yeah, we can do this. We have a blue sheet. We have this. We have this. I mean, none of that matters if you don't have a gift to do it. And so I thought, okay, so again, back to, and I know this might be scrolling all over the place and people might not be under, but do you think it is?
No, keep going.
Okay. But I look at Ryan, for example. I mean, you guys as dentists have to be a dentist, and you have to go in rooms and diagnose. And some of you have to go in there and try to sell something. And then you have to somehow be a leader. And then you have to actually be a dad and then a husband. I mean, you got all, and if you're a woman dentist, sorry, but you know what I mean? So you got all these things you have to do. And, if you really like make a column of all of them, and you put down the amount of effort that each one of them got, I wonder which one had the most.
Well, that's rhetorical, right? I mean, it's obviously the talent of the actual dentistry.
Okay, and see how hard and fat, let's see how far you all have gotten. Imagine if that amount of effort was put into the skill and the gift it takes to actually get more people to do the dentistry, the communication of it, the answering of the phone of it, any of that. It's just, for some reason, that's not a lot of effort put into that. And that's this switch. And that's what I was trying to tell this really incredible guy, that, hey, hell yeah, retire. Don't make dentistry your end game, but shit, don't do it in the light that you're doing it now because you think life's over. Find your gift, build on that, so that then when you say that the step of retirement is up, you now are into the new beginning.
That's perfect. Perfectly said. The doing is the tricky part, right?
So how do I now, you got 3 minutes, how do I, at the end of the day, in the meeting with this team, get them to understand that when you see me walking down the hall, you're not supposed to be afraid of me. You're supposed to be afraid of what you haven't done for the practice. I should be a representation of the practice. It's not, oh God, there's Jenni, I'm scared like shit. It should be, I'm walking around trying to represent the vision. So if I'm coming at you, it must be like, who did I let down as a patient? The vision, something.
Well, you can ask them, but they're going to say, I don't know. Right?
Right. So it's impossible.
Well, I don't think, it's not completely impossible.
Well, here's the thing, guys. As long as we can end on, I feel like we made a lot of great points today. And honestly, I'm hoping that you guys understand, because you have an incredible talent. But if it's all you put your efforts towards, then you are going to see the ups and downs of the world, and your bank account and your schedule and all of this is going to be these catastrophes. And it really shouldn't, because when the schedule's down and maybe the influx of calls are down and sales are down a little bit, then work on your gift. Work on the naturally inherited skill that was given to you, because that could maybe get you to do more of your talent. Truly. I mean, we are constantly utilizing everything but dentistry to make us better. Constantly. And that is, to me, the ticket. I mean, I've got, 10 or 12 team members coming tomorrow to this virtual because they want to learn how to communicate better on the telephone. And that's 1 hour in an entire month. And we're expecting them to be really good. It's very, very sad. Work on your skill. Work on your gift. You already know you have a talent. Please, I'm begging you. I feel like the world of dentistry at this level is going to go away if all you do is keep focusing on it. Because you've got to understand that the God-given gift that you have is what got you to get the talent. So please, I'm begging you, work on it so we can keep this world of dentistry alive.
Jenni left me speechless.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
I'm still thinking. This is just, it's been a heavy podcast today.
Heavy.
Yeah. So
What do
it's
you
good.
want
I got a lot to think about and work on myself. So
Yeah, I look forward to our conversation because I can't wait, because I would like to see more of your gift.
Yeah.
I think the team would too, because it's a great part of you.
Just got to beat that anger down.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.